Good evening, campers. Welcome aboard the Starship Nightwish. I'm Commander Exorcist, and I hope that you're having a fantastic day. I'm in a mood. I'm having a day because the galaxy's favorite dingus has released a statement regarding the Kingfisher and the Thargoid Advocacy Project. Released on Galnet today, and we're going to grind our teeth as we talk about it. So, we got a little bit to discuss today regarding Elite Dangerous, but I'm going to step out of Commander Exorcist character real quick. Oh, not yet. We're going to praise the disciples. Thank you, everyone. These are the people that make this content possible. If you would like to support my work across all platforms, including photography and videography, go to patreon.com/Commander Exorcist and pledge your support. You get access to some exclusive stuff, some videos that I don't share publicly, and some cool stuff. So support me if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. So let's talk about this. Update 14 to Elite Dangerous hit about a week ago. And since then, Elite Dangerous has hit its highest consecutive or concurrent player count since Odyssey was released. So, for those of you who think Elite Dangerous is dead, you're just noise at this point. I think we've proven, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the game's not dead, it's not dying, we are growing. We have seen a number of commanders coming back. They like what they see. The war is enticing. It's a good exercise, and it's unique and in its scale. And we learned on the live stream recently that the war is actually AI driven. So these are not the Thargoid locations. They're not being planted by FDev. They are organic. So they respond legitimately to our interactions and to what we do with the Thargoids in terms of our responses, and whether it's evacuations or combat. So thank you, Elite Dangerous community. We have put up with a lot over the last 2 years, but I think we've earned the right to just really hammer this one home. Our game isn't dead. It's not going to die. It lives. Elite Dangerous is alive. It lives. So just wanted to share this with you. I think this is a huge win. It's really nice to see. It's nice to see some old names coming back, to see people enjoying the game, doing some new stuff, and experiencing Odyssey for the first time. So, yeah. Now, on to why you're here today. Let's talk about our favorite congressman. Congressman Chase. Dalton. I have picked on Dalton quite a bit because he deserves it. First is his name, and then his behavior. Dalton Chase deserves every bit of hate and misery that comes his way in life. And I'm going to tell you why. If you know back to some of my previous videos, he was involved in the Thargoid Advocacy Project. Involved. That's going to be a key word as we move. Let's read this real quick. Chase admits Kingfisher mission was a mistake. I really could just for like 10 minutes look at the camera and go, you think? You think? Really? It was a mistake? Good Lord. Congressman Dalton Chase has made a public statement regarding his involvement with the Thargoid Advocacy Project. Chase became a member of Congress after an electoral campaign focusing on interspecies diplomatic relations. He was a key organizer and fundraiser for the Kingfisher megaship, which attempted to open communications with a Tyrannus entity, but was subsequently destroyed with no survivors. Most of us know this story already. So Dalton Chase, he arranged about 30,000 useful idiots who he convinced that if they got on this megaship and danced in a circle and flew out to meet Tyrannus, that it would not obliterate them on its way to the human-occupied worlds. Well, we all know how that went. The Kingfisher was destroyed. I mean, just obliterated. There were no survivors on this ship. I mean, this was a massacre. If anything, this was like basically human sacrifice. Dalton Chase put all of these people on a ship and fed them to the Thargoids. He was supposed to be there, but he couldn't because he had a scheduling conflict. And so the Kingfisher is just another great tragedy in the story. And while those people are dead and their families are dealing with those losses, Dalton Chase gets to make comments like this. The tragic fate that befell the Kingfisher has affected me deeply. I now recognize that sourcing the means for those activists to intercept Tyrannus was, however well-intentioned, a mistake. Yeah, there's plenty of people who, moms and dads and kids and whoever else went out there, they're not coming home tonight. You made a big mistake, buddy. A big mistake. I'm pretty sure that you're a mistake. I'm not happy with this guy. Such an endeavor should not have been attempted by inexperienced citizens, no matter their courage and tenacity. In honor of those brave people, I pledge to focus on proposals to introduce xenodiplomacy as federal policy. Rather than civilians needing to risk their lives, we should be bringing such operations to the federal Navy at a congressional level. That is more absurdity. So you have to look at everything that's going on around you. And you know, we like to hope and think that our leaders are at least somewhat aware of what's going on around them. But you have a hostile alien species that has invaded human space and is destroying stations, taking territory, and is establishing a foothold. And it's not going anywhere. So, and then you want to talk to them. You still want to talk to them. He thinks, you know, the Thargoids are not coming for the Empire. They're not coming for the Federation. They're not coming for the Alliance. They're coming for humanity. They do not care if your ship carries the SPVFA ship ID or the Anti-Xeno Initiative ID. They're coming for humanity. That's what this guy doesn't get. They don't care if it's a Federal Navy ship talking to them, or if it's Joe in his beat-up Diamondback Explorer carrying 100 tons of bio-waste who just wants to say, hi, please don't shoot me. They're going to shoot him. This guy's ridiculous. Secretary of State Lana Berkovich has petitioned Congress to launch an investigation into Chase's involvement with the Xeno Peace movement. She described his role in the loss of over I think that should be 30,000 lives. I think that's a typo in Galnet because I just copied and pasted that. I didn't write it. Lives is beyond reckless. Absolutely agree. Lana, good luck. You know, if you've ever worked with Congress, you know what getting anything done in Congress is like. So, do we really expect Congress to step up and hold Dalton to account for what he did? No, absolutely not. I don't expect it. I don't expect the bureaucratic superpowers to do anything about this lunatic. He's a murderer. He's a mass murderer. He murdered 30,000 people. And he thinks that it's okay to just stand up and say, oh, geez, I think that was a mistake. Really? Dude. Oh. Although the Thargoid Advocacy Project has faltered following the Kingfisher incident, some of its members have recently involved in organizing anti-authoritarian rallies. That's interesting. According to a former spokesman, Timothy Culver, the superpower's involvement in the massacre at HIP 22460, when they supported Salvation's attempted genocide, makes them responsible for the Thargoids launching this counterstrike. They're not wrong in that. They're here because of Salvation. We need to bring our leaders to account. Okay, so what has happened is your peace-loving, your peaceful folks have shown their true side. They just really want violence in their own way. You're not going to get leadership account by going around and destroying property and launching these anti-authoritarian rallies. The bureaucratic process, the system is just too big for something like this to really make it the kind of impact that needs to happen. Unfortunately, someone like Dalton Chase, he needs to be taken care of at the highest levels. It needs to be at the federal level, somebody doing something about him. or his constituents holding him accountable. That's one. When it comes to Congress, a lot of people forget that it's us, it's the people, it's us, the people. We put these people up there in those seats, and so sometimes it has to be us that's the ones that takes them away. So, Dalton. My goodness. The war is raging on. The Thargoids are taking territory, and we're starting to learn a little bit more about their patterns, and we're learning some ways that, aside from combat, other pilots can get involved. And so get out there, check out the Galnet articles that come out. There's a couple that come out every week. There's a lot of activity in the game right now. There's a lot of activity in the galaxy. There's a lot going on. So don't be afraid to reach out to folks. Hit some Discords. Check out the latest news. There's plenty of tutorials. There's plenty of guides out there. As people learn new things, they're trying to share it. And we've still got stuff like this. And, these flavor moments, like Dalton, this is affecting us because this is something that had a direct effect on the Thargoid approach and how we've gone about things. And so, we've got our favorite congressional dingus out here doing what he does, and really just adding that sense of realism to it, because as people are giving their lives to protect their homes at the moment from, as Burr calls them, the caustic cabbages. You got guys like this that are just patting themselves on the back and going, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I made a mistake." You're a mistake, Dalton. I hope you get what's coming to you, buddy. Fly safe out there, Commanders. 07, and I will see you next time.